Look at Grayson Allen here. He falls asleep on his man for a second. His feet were not set. So look at this. That's how the space gets created. So look at the space. So now you're going to be lunging to recover, and Tyler Herro's just going to go backdoor on you. This is on Brook Lopez. I mean, Grayson Allen isn't playing great defense either, but Brook Lopez has got to get attached to his man. He's setting a down screen. You got to show and get your arms out. See, look at this. You're not... Tyler Herro curls here. Grayson Allen has no time to get over the screen. Shot is in the air. We have too many Bucks players staring. Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, Giannis, Chris Middleton. These players all should be sprinting now, like right now. Doesn't even matter who gets the rebound. If you got all these people staring, like, okay, here we go in transition now. It appears like Brook Lopez is dropping in drop covers. Now, his feet need to be set in a defensive stance, but if you're running drop, Drew Holiday can't go under the screen if you're running drop coverage. Like, you've got to go over the screen. I mean, this is absolutely absurd. If you're Joe Ingles, you must sprint back and get your feet set. If you're not going to sprint back and you're just going to be backpedaling, well, you just have no chance of guarding Jimmy Butler off your back foot while he has a full head of steam downhill. Okay, so for whatever reason, Giannis is going under the screen. Well, you can't make you got to go all the way under. If you make contact with the screener when you go under like this, Bam Adebayo is going to get on the other side ahead of you. You cannot relax on defense. Javon Carter, once this pass is made, okay, stop. He's got to keep his feet set in a defensive stance. Look at Javon Carter. He's going backwards. So you're going this way as Kyle Lowry's about to fly off of a screen that you have no chance of guarding. I mean, if you're Giannis here, you're dropping a little far. It'd be nice if you came up a little bit and dropped a little higher, but you got to keep your feet set in drop coverage. You got to be able to stunt at the ball and recover to your man. I mean, Giannis is just backpedaling here. You're really not guarding either. Hey, I mean, we transition defense against stop. Like, so Giannis, Javon Carter, Wes Matthews, these players that are just staring need to sprint back. If everyone's just staring, like, this is a joke. Here we go again. A horrible switch. I mean, we'll just start with Bobby Portis. Like, you need to be up here ready to guard. I mean, what is Bobby Portis doing on this switch? And then if you're Brook Lopez and you're switching, you also need to be up ready to guard. Like, this is the most nonchalant switching. What is Grayson Allen doing here? You're playing on Tyler Herro's side. Well, one problem. If you're going to let him come this way, there's got to be help. Okay? Why would you not flip your hips and force him here where you have help right here? I mean, if you're going to force him here, Jay Crowder's got to stay here and help. I mean, there's just no help. So, obviously this happens. Here's another game of what is Grayson Allen doing. First of all, he's gambling all over the place on Tyler Herro. And then look, now I guess you want Tyler Herro to come this way. Well, Bobby Portis has got to be over here in drop coverage, which he's not ready. Like, this is horrible. This is bad defense by Giannis. Bam Adebayo is facing you up. Get your hands off of... You have your hand on Bam Adebayo's arm. So a little jab step like that is going to be moving you this way. And now Bam Adebayo has the angle, draws 400 Bucks players to help. If you're Jay Crowder, you're not in a defensive stance. Your feet are not set. You're also staring at the ball instead of you're seeing the ball and your man, who's Jimmy Butler. Like, look at... I mean, come on. I mean... You surprised that happened? Keep your feet set. Look at Drew Holiday. You're fine right now. Look at him move his feet upwards for absolutely no reason. So now you're going uphill as Jimmy Butler's going this way. Bad combo. Okay, I mean, could Brook Lopez, first of all, get his hands off of his knees? Like, you got to be ready to guard. Like, when Kevin Love comes up here, you got to be coming up with him. Like, I mean, this is just trash right here. The Bucks are in a zone right now. Joe Ingles is guarding the ball. Okay, fine. Drew Holiday's got to stay guarding the middle of the zone here because Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, they have players in their area of the zone. What Drew Holiday cannot do is now double the ball because now the middle of the zone is wide open. Okay, scrap this Bucks zone. I mean, Wes Matthews, like, you have this Jimmy Butler in your area of the zone. If he comes to the middle of the zone, you have to take the middle of the zone. I mean, Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez have people in their areas of the zone. What is Wes Matthews doing? How did that just happen? Okay, I mean, if you're Drew Holiday here, when the shot goes up, I mean, it's not easy, but you're going to have to box out Bam Adebayo here. You got to find Bam Adebayo, use the lower half of your body that moves him backwards. Like, I mean, Drew Holiday, that is really pathetic. If you are Grayson Allen and you're ISO'd on Jimmy Butler, it is imperative that you keep your feet set in a defensive stance. Look at Grayson Allen. Jimmy Butler has gone nowhere. He's literally not going. You're already backpedaling. It's over. Next. We'll go to the half. 2 more points will be on the board. Just completely on Chris Middleton. You are just staring at the ball right now. I mean, let's just take a look. So you just stare at the ball. Look at that, staring at the ball. Well, now your man's just going to be able to get it and go right. Pfft. God. Tough night in Milwaukee. I mean, again, the shot's up. So, again, these 3 Bucks players that are just staring at the shot should already be sprinting back now. How many times is this going to happen? How many times? A couple more times? Like, what is Grayson Allen doing? How many times are we going to say that? This is your man is setting a cross screen. You have to jam this Heat player as he comes through to knock him off a spot so Drew Holiday has time to get on the other side. You don't... This is horrendous by Brook Lopez. If you're doubling, you got to just stay doubling. All right, Bobby Portis has come down to take your man. If Bam Adebayo comes here, Bobby Portis will go here. If a skip pass goes here, Drew Holiday goes here, Chris Middleton goes here, Grayson Allen comes up. I mean, this is horrendous. What are you doing? I mean, what is Bobby Portis doing now? So Kevin Love is going to fake like he sets a flare screen. Okay, but you got to stay with him, because if he slips this flare screen, how are you going to guard? Oh, I know. The answer is you're not. Okay, if you're Jay Crowder here, you cannot be moving your feet when Jimmy Butler catches this ball. I mean, look at Jay Crowder here. So hold on. So here he goes. Feet are set. Oh, now we're going to start moving our feet uphill. Well, Jimmy Butler's going the other way, sir. Okay, first of all, if there's going to be help, it should be Bobby Portis here. He should get underneath the three-point line so Kyle Lowry doesn't have space to drive to. Like, okay, Jay Crowder seems fine, though. Why is Drew Holiday stopping in the paint? I mean, come on. I mean... Bad switch. You cannot switch over the top of the screener. You got to switch underneath. Look at Javon Carter here. Look at him switching over the top. So now Jay Crowder steps up and backside help so that this pass can't get made. Whoopsies. Now Duncan Robinson's open for 3. Okay, this is bad defense from Chris Middleton. You're going under the screen. You need to be way more aggressive because you got to get right back up and guard Jimmy Butler. Like, this is not even sort of aggressive. So now look. Now he's going to be able to get you in the air because you're playing so far off of him. Boom. Backdoor cut. You just cannot be dropping this much if you're Brook Lopez. Get up a little. Like, come. Okay, so stop. If you're up here right now, you can stunt at the ball here, okay? And then you can easily recover to Bam Adebayo if your feet are set. I mean, you can't just gift wrap this. Here we go again. Why is Drew Holiday guarding at half court? If you're going to guard at half court, your feet have to be set. That's why I'd rather you just come back, get your feet set in a defensive stance, be ready to guard Jimmy Butler. Look at Drew Holiday. Here he goes. Let's move those feet uphill as Jimmy Butler's about to blow by you this way. Playing off your front foot. Cannot happen. If Brook Lopez wants to keep dropping this much, you sure need to have your feet set. You got to be able to guard the ball, but also slide over to Adebayo. Why on earth is Brook Lopez's feet not set? I mean, you have an hour to do so, and you're moving. So now you're not going to be able to... Wow, this is awful. This is just pathetic. If you're Brook Lopez, Bam Adebayo can shoot. You got to get up and guard. Like, I mean, what am I looking at here? This is NBA? Yeah, I mean, Brook Lopez is going to be a problem because this is a disaster again. You're dropping so far. You have an hour to get your feet set. Why are you not getting your feet? Look at this. See, you're sliding this way. You have no chance of getting over to Adebayo. Wow. I can't believe what I'm watching. Okay, if you're Drew Holiday and you want to be in the gaps, you can't be moving your feet inward. You got to be in a defensive stance with your feet set. Let's take a look at Drew Holiday. This is not even close to what should be happening. So, yes, Caleb Martin is wide open. Okay, so Brook Lopez was a massive reason the Bucks lost this game. Again, you can't just keep gift wrapping open threes. If your feet are set, you're in a defensive stance, you can at least stunt at the ball and you'll be able to recover onto the screener. I mean, Brook, come. I could hit these.